Welcome back to Forum 13. I'm Phil Bailey. Who lives in downtown Albany? The answer is more people than you think, and they still have room for you. We are joined by Georgette Steffens, who is with the downtown Albany Business Improvement District. Thanks very much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
How much living space is there downtown? We're talking downtown. We're talking Broadway and Pearl and downtown.
Right. We're really talking about from Eagle Street, the Capitol City Hall, on down. We have roughly 250 new residential units in downtown.
Pretty impressive, too. Show us some of the living spaces that you have downtown.
This is the most recent condo project at 17 Chapel. There's 24 high-end luxury units. This is 518 Broadway. There's about 13 units in there. And what you can see is that downtown offers exposed brick, beams, things that you won't find in new construction because of the history and the architecture of the amazing buildings that are being renovated. Yeah,
these are lovely spaces. I've taken a look at many of them. The price ranges, there's some high-end ones, right?
They are. Our apartments range anywhere from $750 a month up to over $2,000 a month. And the condos start at $300,000, but the penthouses are in the $800,000 range. Okay, so you have room to buy and you have room to rent. Right. We have both options available.
Yeah. The 750 a month ones, are they two-bedroom? Are they?
No, they're one-bedroom, and they're probably a walk-up with no elevator in the building. But it depends on the specific building, some of the amenities that they have. Many of the buildings do offer parking, which is something we always hear and are questioned about in downtown.
Yeah. What are some of the advantages of living in downtown Albany?
I think the best thing that we offer is really the quality of life. You can walk, and within 2 blocks from your front door, there's Capitol Repertory Theater, the Palace Theater, the Times Union Center. We have the Albany Center Arts Gallery that's in downtown, and the amazing fine dining establishments like Yono's and DP's and Jack's that are in downtown. We have the waterfront, which is, you can cross over the pedestrian bridge and walk along the Hudson River, and it's really quite walkable in downtown. Yeah,
you could go to a different museum every day of the week.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. We have the Irish American Heritage Museum just recently opened in downtown, and we have 2 arts galleries, the State Museum, the Institute. They're all very close to the residential units that are being converted in downtown.
And not to mention a lot of festivals that are thrown, free entertainment.
We do. We have the bid actually does a car show, a classic car show where we close North Pearl Street. We had over 100 classic cars that showed up last year. We do Restaurant Week twice a year, lots of music festivals that happen in downtown.
A lot of this living space is new, right?
Converted.
Old buildings, but new living space.
Absolutely. In the last year, we've had 100 new residential units that came online. 17 Chapel that you actually can see right there on the screen is an old car dealership building. And so there's actually parking available inside of that building. We have the old former Boyd printing facility is a warehouse that was recently converted. And then a lot of the buildings are actually converting their upper floors. It's unusable space that you wouldn't really put an office into, and so they're taking that and turning it into residential units.
And periodically, there is an opportunity to tour some of this living space, is there not?
There is. We have a full listing of all the properties that are available on our website, but then we do a tour at least once a year trying to highlight some of the new projects. I have 3 projects right now that are currently under construction and 2 more that are going through the planning process with the city and getting the approvals. So we could potentially, by in the next 12 to 18 months, have another 150 units online in downtown. So we constantly have open houses. We'll be doing some lunchtime open houses in downtown so the daytime workers can also come and see them, but usually we do that in September.
Mayor Jerry Jennings and I have talked about this on this show, remembering when he was elected, but before he took office, we took a walk downtown, and he talked about what he envisioned. He wanted to bring retail back. He wanted to bring people back downtown. He said, if I can get people living down here, then it will bring even more retail. Now, a lot of things have happened then, since then. A lot of restaurants have come downtown, a lot of clubs. And so is this sort of the idea? Is this what you're executing? Is this almost a phase 2? Let's get people moving downtown now, living there, because then you will see retail. Amore's, of course, has been there for a long time, but other stores, maybe small grocery stores, maybe.
Yeah, what we're hearing is we need to have a critical mass. Somehow the magic number seems to be around 400 units, and that is so that the perishable goods, that there's enough foot traffic on the evenings and the weekends for the purchase of the perishable goods. I think what people don't understand is that we have a 97% occupancy rate. So these apartments are rented. They're rented before the construction of the projects are even complete. So people are moving into downtown and they are living there currently. So we're starting to see a shift in our restaurants and our nighttime establishments, and moving away from maybe the nightclub into a more sophisticated menu and beer selection. And so as we're seeing the residents and the type of residents and the demographics and the economics of the residents that are moving in, it's changing what we're starting to attract. And as we've had conversations with folks like retailers that are up at Stuyvesant Plaza and trying to see if they have interest in opening a second location, they already are watching and paying attention and reading what's happening about downtown, and they know it before we've even brought it to their attention. And so they're interested in the growth that's happening and are looking at downtown for possible second locations. Interesting.
Is rent downtown storefront space, is it more affordable than the malls?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know the one thing that we struggle with in downtown is because they're historic buildings, a lot of the spaces are smaller than maybe what a retail user would need. And so that's one of the things that we're currently working on with the city and with the property owners to really have a better understanding of how we match up our buildings, our building stock that we have with the needs of the retail users.
All right. So you dealt with parking. That's one of the perception problems you're trying to deal with. You say a lot of these living spaces have parking available in them?
They do. Most of them come with one spot per unit, as well as the Parking Authority has an incentive program where you can actually rent a parking spot in one of their garages for 50% off of the going rate. So it'd be $70 a month. So a lot of the developers and landlords are rolling the parking into the monthly rate that they're charging, and that way it comes with a parking spot.
Another perception, and I'm sure you don't like to hear it, but you do hear it out there, and that's people worry if it's safe downtown.
Downtown, my understanding is that downtown is actually the safest area in the city. We do have a daytime beat officer, and this police department has just added an evening beat officer. So we have a designated person that folks can connect with, and he knows sort of who the people are and if they should or shouldn't be there. But downtown is one of the safest areas in the city, statistically.
Anything in the works downtown in retail, or something you want to tell us that's coming?
Well, we're excited that in March we're expecting a new bakery, which baked goods is something that we desperately need in downtown. So they're going to fill a wonderful niche. It's Zachary's Pastry Shop that's in North Greenbush, and they're opening a second location in downtown. So we'll need to do a lot of walking to work off all the calories from the cakes and cupcakes and cookies that we'll have from them. We are expecting in the next few months a new shoe store and a florist to open up, and we have several businesses that are looking to expand because they're just doing so well in downtown.
All right, you have a good website. People can find you there. And we're going to find, and that's the Albany Downtown Business Improvement District. And you can take a tour, can you not, of some of the available space and some of the living space that's there. It's really interesting. They show you a lot of pictures. I recommend that. And we're going to provide a link on our website at WNYT.com to the Albany Downtown Business Improvement District. Georgette Steffens, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us on Forum 13. I'm Phil Bailey, and we'll see you next week.